Throughout all of these videos, you've heard me make reference to key commands and suggested that you learn them and use them in order to speed up your workflow. Well, I want to dedicate this video to looking at key commands. It's one of the most powerful parts of Logic. There's a fully customizable key command window which allows for personalized, customized, unique assignments to virtually any key command that you want. I've been working with the standard default set that ships with Logic 9, but they're all freely customizable. So let's dig in and look at how key commands work and how they can be assigned. There's 3 different ways you can get to the key commands window. The first way is under the preferences, up here, key commands, and you can get to it from this preferences button here as well. And it opens up a whole key commands window. You can also get to it by the key command to open the key commands window, which ironically is of course also user definable, but the default key command is Option K. And the third very cool, secret, not very commonly known way to get into key commands is when you're actually calling up a menu command with a key command next to it, if you hold the control key, it'll open up the key command window with that command selected. So that's the way to open it and get you right to the selected command that you want. All right, let's look at the key command window, Option K to open it up. Let's look at the main elements. We have the key command list over here, and this lists all the key commands available. We have the key and assignment column over here, the key column and assignments. And this refers to the key commands that are assigned and controller assignment, which we'll look at in a moment. Then we have the search field over here. You can type in a specific key command and search for it. So let me type one in and search. Let's say track. So now it gives me a subset of all the key commands dealing with track. Or if I type in zoom, we can get a subset of key commands all dealing with zoom if you scroll around. And then we have the key combination area, and that's over here. It shows, let's say I select a key command. It'll show the key command and which modifiers go with it as listed here. That's Control, Option, and the up-down arrow. And that shows it there. And that's grayed out because this is for display purposes only, just like this one is. You can't change anything from here, but we're going to look at assigning them in a moment. Underneath we have Learn buttons. Learn by key label is what we use for assigning regular key commands. When you use Learn by key position, it'll allow you to assign a key command separately for a key on the numeric part of your keyboard to be different from the one on the main part of your keyboard if they're the same keys on both. Like for example, the numbers. I can assign the number 3 to perform differently on the numeric part as on the alpha part. That's by using Learn by key position, and then of course you can delete key command assignments with that. Underneath we have the assignment section, and this is used for controller assignments for control surfaces, and the Learn New Assignment and Delete Assignment button are for learning the MIDI messages from your control surfaces. All right, let's look at how this all works. Choosing key commands, you can choose which set you want to work with from under this Options menu here. I've been starting from the preset US with numeric keypad, but of course you can choose any of them, but that's a great one if you have an extended keyboard. But you can also save your own presets, and I've saved some ones here. They appear below this dotted line here, and I've named them, with my own custom names. But as I customize them as I go along, I save them and name them. But these are the default sets that ship with Logic, and if you're just starting out, this is a good one to use for using a regular full keyboard where you have a numeric keypad. You can scroll through the key commands and browse them in the main command area here. Let's clear our little search. I'm just going to click X here to delete that. And now we have our full list. So you can just scroll and look at the key command assignments. Some are unassigned, some are assigned. And when they have a bullet mark next to them, that means that they're available only as key commands and that there's no equivalent menu command. So you can scroll like that and just browse by looking there. But if you want to find what a specific key is assigned to, what you can do is with this area of the key command window active, just click the key and it'll jump to that command. For example, let's say I'll hit K and it jumps there, toggle marker list, or I'll hit X and it jumps there, toggle mixer, or R, toggle library. So you can find what a key is assigned to just by clicking in there, versus here, if you type in, let's say library, it'll show you the key commands associated with library. Let's look at assigning key commands now. So let me clear this and we'll get all our key commands. And let's look for something that's currently unassigned and we'll assign a key command to it. Stop or play from last position. That's unassigned. So I'm going to hit the Learn by Key label, and all I need to do is hit the keys on my keyboard. I'll hit Command Option Spacebar. And there we just learnt it. Make sure you turn that off after, because if you hit another key by accident, you're going to get into trouble. So only turn that on when you're actually using it. So that's assigned. Let's say I want to delete it now. I can simply hit the delete button right underneath, or let me learn it again. And what I can do is go learn by key label and just hit delete on my keyboard, and that'll delete it. So very simple to learn or assign key commands, and then you use learn by key position like I mentioned earlier if you want to assign it uniquely to the numeric part of your keyboard. All right, so let's look at assigning key commands to control surfaces. It's really easy. I don't have one hooked up right now, but basically what you need to do is you select the command from here that you want to assign, let's say rewind by division value. Turn on the Learn New Assignments button, and then just send the message you want from your control surface. Wiggle the fader or the knob, and it'll be learnt. And then turn that off. So let's say you've made some of your own assignments, either control surface assignments or key command assignments, and you want to back them up. What you need to do is go under the Options menu, and we looked at the presets here, but what you need to do is go Export Key Commands. And this will give you a dialog box, and it'll, by default, set you to the right folder, and that's the User Library, Application Support, Logic, Key Commands folder. And you can name your set there, and these are my user-defined sets that I've saved. I'm going to click Cancel for now. But that's how you can export a key command list and back them up, and then they'll be available under your presets menu as well. And similarly, you can import key commands the same way. Logic defaults to bringing you back to that same window, except now, of course, they're not grayed out, so you can select any of those and import, but I'll click Cancel for now. And you can further manage the view of these key commands from here. You can go Expand All or Collapse All. Let me just collapse them, and you'll see all the subcategories. They're arranged into different categories for a little bit easier search access, although there are so many key commands, you generally need to either type in what you're looking for there or hit the key command, I find. But you can expand or collapse from there. And the scroll to selection is useful because if you have one that's selected, and then you go Expand All, you can go Scroll to Selection, and it'll jump to that key command. It went to the top because there was nothing selected, but it's a good way of getting to the one you had selected if you've expanded and it's outside of view. And you can print key commands as well, which is very useful for learning them. Under Options, copy key commands to clipboard. They're copied to your clipboard, and you can paste them into Pages or Word or whatever word processor you're using, and then just print them out, which is really useful at the beginning for learning, especially some of the more common key commands. So study them, learn them, experiment, assign your own, and don't worry if you really bungle things up and you get things all messed up, you can easily initialize all key commands. So that's it for now. Stay tuned, and I'll see you for more next video.